But first tonight, we often say in this business that stories are everywhere. Ideas are sparked while we're driving or while we're walking down the street.
Tonight's story was inspired by a trip to the grocery store. I was picking up what I needed for Thanksgiving when I heard, "Are you Samantha York?" And that is when I met Elaine Kinney, a transplant from Pittsburgh finding a new use for Maine beer.
Here you go.
Sweet, thanks.
It's 11:30 in the morning, and Elaine Kinney is already on her way back home with a haul of IPAs. Today, she's visiting the Maine brewery Battery Steel in Portland. When she's back home, the real fun begins.
So we're just literally gonna just dump her in.
Here, in her kitchen, Elaine gets to work on a recipe she's been perfecting since 2019.
It ends up being roughly 2 ounces of already boiled beer to a bar of soap.
So did you just wake up one morning and you were like, I want to make soap? Or where did the idea come from?
Yeah, I do think it was somewhat tied into quarantine and just like the time in the world. I had been doing different types of social service jobs for about 7 years, and I was just getting really burnt out. And then the world shut down and I was working from home, and I thought, I'm already working from home, might as well work for yourself. This is a good time to like kind of officially go for it.
Did you really enjoy it as soon as you did it?
No.
Or no, you didn't.
No, I was really hard on myself for not being good at it right away. And so it was I was struggling to transition into it. But I think it was also like a very healthy learning curve where I kind of had to be like, nope, you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna try it again, and you're gonna learn that like it's okay to fail. Failing is part of it.
Since those early days, Elaine has launched and grown her own small business, White Pine Bath Brew.
Makes beautiful soap, we don't discriminate. It's all good.
She makes all her soap at home, first boiling down the beer before letting it cool, then adding what's called lye to the mix.
So I have to add this very slowly.
Finally, she combines ingredients like coconut oil, shea butter, and avocado oil with that Maine beer mixture.
The color's changing a little bit right now. It's getting kind of orangey, a little more opaque.
It's soap that is made with beer, which is unique in itself. Was that kind of your goal from the beginning, or when did you start thinking about, okay, people have excess beer, we could do something with this?
Right, so I've never made soap without beer in it, but it wasn't until maybe 2021, I think, was the first time I had a brewery reach out to me, and they said, we have short fills, we have overstock, we can't sell this. And then there's also a common thing is just overproduction, where after a certain date, it just doesn't taste as good. I started out making it in crock pots. If you go online,
crazy to me.
I know, not my idea. That's how you get into it. And you can make about 10 bars at a time in one crock pot. So I was thrifting old crock pots in case I broke them or something went wrong. And I was just kind of trial and error, trying out batches, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't, seeing what I liked.
You won't find a crock pot in her guest room turned workshop.
This is where I actually make the soap itself. So we use, I think these are 22-quart stainless steel lobster pots.
So mean.
But you will find this.
My little driller, which just keeps it mixing so I can step away for a minute. This is because, they don't have KitchenAids that are on burners.
So you had to get creative.
I had to get creative, but I'm the only person I've found, and I have scoured the internet, believe me, and others have for me, trying to help me figure out how to scale this business up. This machine that I have built does not exist. Like, you cannot buy this somewhere. The heat accelerates the saponification, the chemical reaction, and it just mixes and mixes, and it turns into a mashed potato texture. I have some from last night. This is a different scent.
From here, she pours the mixtures into molds, lets them set, and
so you can pull away all the sides of these and see how it's stuck a little bit here, but it's okay. And it's all safe to touch.
Smells so good.
This is lemongrass Cheyenne IPA. I sold out of this over Christmas, and I haven't had a chance to make more of it.
This is that texture that you were
so this is that
talking about.
Because I poured it into the mold.
Yep.
It kind of gives you that that really cool texture. And I like a fresh bar in the shower too, because that top is really exfoliating.
Exfoliating and sustainable. It's a combination that really is all suds.
I am hoping to actually put an addition on my house.
Woo!
So I can have a really nice dedicated soap making space.
Yes.
That's just for that.
Yes.
Because
where are
I
you
think that would be
making
the
it?
dream.
Where
I'm
do you-
making it in my spare bedroom upstairs.
So it would be nice to have.
It would be very nice to have a sink that I didn't have to go to a different flight for. My mission now is to source all of my beer exclusively from brewery waste, but I want to do it entirely from that just because it's like, why not be more sustainable? Why not use it that way when you can?
I think this is such a cool idea. Her house smells so good, by the way, just being there. And so what's really cool about how she makes this soap is that it's kind of like an instant process, whereas like the bigger manufacturers, I guess they use more of like a cool process to make their soap. So it can take weeks before you can even touch it. Whereas her method, she can get right in there and get it out the door. But it's really cool.
And obviously, it seems simple off the top of
Yeah.
your head because it's a process that's been happening for thousands of years.
Yeah.
But you see the ingenuity that goes into it. She makes her own machine upstairs to mix it all.
Gotta get creative.
A lot of hard work.
sometimes. Yeah. If you want to learn more about Elaine and her small business, just head to the 207 section of our website or app. And it's a good reminder, if you ever see us out in the wild, please say hello.
Please do.